Hold up.
Every day I wake up.
Wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now let's talk Major League Baseball. Now last night the Blue Jays eliminated my New York Yankees. They won last night 5-2.
Damn.
Why are you clapping, Red? Red's a Boston Red Sox fan. That's from New York. I don't understand it, and I never will. But also, the Phillies beat the Dodgers 8-2, and the Cubs beat the Brewers 4-3. Now, last night, Asia Wilson
now.
busy last night. The Aces beat the Mercury 90-88. Did y'all see the game?
Wait, stop asking stupid questions. Of course I watched the game, okay? Dropping a clue bomb from South Carolina's own Asia Wilson, man. All right, 34 points last night. 13 rebounds, I think it was. Hit the game winner, all right, with 5 seconds left on the clock. Well, no, by the time the ball went in, there was like 0.3 seconds left. But, yeah, she got busy. They up 3-0.
Yep, 3-0. And tonight, in Thursday Night Football, the Giants will be beating the Eagles tonight. They play at 8:15 on
I know that's
What's so
right.
funny?
You better manifest, yo.
What? What's so funny?
You better manifest.
The Giants will be beating the Eagles tonight at 8:15. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, but, you know.
Mimi, now you do sports, Mimi? You hear Mimi? Yeah,
I'm just saying, I'm an Eagles fan, so I have to disagree with you real quick.
I never heard Mimi do sports that today. Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, MB, Charlamagne, Jess, how y'all doing?
Hey, girl.
Peace, Mimi.
Good morning. Okay, so we start this morning in Washington, where tensions are boiling as the government shutdown enters its 9th day with no deal in sight. So yesterday, cameras caught a heated exchange between House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries and Republican Congressman Mike Lawler of New York. Now, this happened after Lawler confronted Jeffries about signing onto a bipartisan bill that would temporarily extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits for 1 year. Let's listen to that exchange.
Why don't we sign on right now?
That's your question.
Why don't we sign on right now?
Permission from your boss?
Why don't we sign on right now?
Did your boss, Donald
You
Trump?
can easily extend
Did
the
your
ACA
boss,
right now.
Donald Trump,
He's
give
not
you
my
permission?
boss.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. And by the way,
So let me ask you a
why
question.
did you vote to
Let me
shut
ask
the
you a
government
question.
down?
Making a show of this to
No,
make
it's
yourself
sad.
relevant.
It's sad. You could easily sign on to
You're
this.
embarrassing
You
yourself
could
right
sign
now.
on to
You're not
this.
going to talk to
Wasted
me. You're not
on
going to talk to me
fraud
and talk
and
over
non-New
me
York residents
because you don't
getting
want to
paid.
hear what I have to say.
Oh, I'm listening.
So why
Go
don't you
ahead.
just keep your mouth shut?
Yeah.
I guess.
So that...
It sounds like Dave Dash to me for a second.
I guess. I mean, I'm listening to him tell this guy that he's looking for a moment, but Hakeem is being just as performative. Somebody was recording that for him because he wanted to put on a show as well. And I'm not impressed by Hakeem Jeffries telling somebody they got a boss. Chuck Schumer's Hakeem Jeffries' boss. The real estate lobbyist in New York City are Hakeem's boss. The finance lobbyist in New York City are his boss. Ask Hakeem if he will ever get permission from his bosses at AIPAC to endorse the Democratic nominee in New York City for mayor. I'm just saying. Like,
You really don't like Hakeem
Stop
Jeffries.
saying that. It has nothing to do with
feel.
like. It has nothing to do with like. It's not about liking a person. This is about just what's the politically right thing to do. And the politically right thing to do is if you're the leader of a party to endorse the Democratic nominee in New York City for mayor.
But you just
Common
but
sense.
you don't like his stance on a lot of things. It seems like
That is true. Yes.
Well, Jeffrey says he wants a permanent extension of those ACA credits, which help millions of Americans afford health insurance. We've been talking about this. Now, this scene underscored, though, just how divided Congress remains with no vote scheduled. Lawmakers are out until October 14th. But that, Charlamagne, wasn't the only confrontation of the day outside the Speaker's office. Speaker Mike Johnson, he clashed with Arizona Senator Mark Kelly and Ruben Gallego over why he hasn't sworn in Representative-elect Alito Grijalva, who won a special election. So let's listen to that exchange.
So I am anxious to administer the oath to her. As soon as you guys vote to open the government.
You don't want her to be on the Epstein discharge. How much?
It's totally absurd. It has nothing to do with Epstein.
You know she's key to
Let me
that
finish. Let me finish. The House
You
Oversight
just
Committee.
keep coming up with excuses. This is an excuse so she doesn't sign on to that.
I know why you're upset. I know why you're upset.
Mike,
you get
I
a
got
lot of
it.
heat because the government is closed down and you guys made the decision.
Actually, no.
You waited 5 times to keep the government closed.
So a whole lot of what people are calling staging publicity stunts happening on Capitol Hill yesterday. So we'll continue to see. And that comes after 6 failed votes to fund the government. So, of course, we know thousands of federal workers still remain without pay. And as the shouting match in Washington continues, that fallout is spreading, this time to the IRS, just days before a major tax deadline. So next Tuesday, October 15th, is the deadline for anyone who filed for an extension to submit their 2024 tax returns. But as of yesterday, more than 34,000 IRS employees, nearly half of the agency, agent's workforce have been furloughed. That means most taxpayer services are on pause, including call centers, helplines, and even independent taxpayer advocate services, which help people resolve issues with their returns. Now, the IRS says a small number of essential functions will keep running, like work tied to Social Security and preparations for the upcoming tax season, but almost everything else is on hold. So for millions of Americans trying to reach the IRS or file those last-minute tax returns or paperwork before next week's deadline, help may not be there. As experts warn, the backlog will only grow longer as the shutdown continues.
I'm telling you, man. And it's sad because meanwhile, federal workers still not getting their checks. And at this point, they don't care about which party, is responsible for this. They just want the government to be back open. And that's going to take a bipartisan effort to do that.
That's
you
right.
need both of them. You need both parties. So figure it out. Stop all these performative videos and, finger pointing and get these people their money.
It's so sad because when does it get to the point where it says all this going back and forth just hurts the American people?
That's
right?
all it
like
is.
You said, nobody cares the merit if it's Republican or Democrat. They care. I can't pay my bills. I got to pay my mortgage. I got to pay for childcare. I got to pay for food. Like, stop the games, man. Open this back up. Let people eat. Give people their money.
People can't see past their own bills, yo. I get what both parties are trying to do. Like, they're trying to get a political win out of this, but in the meantime, you're hurting, everyday working class people.
Yeah, definitely using them as pawns. So, all right. Well, coming up at 7, experts are sounding the alarm about a nighttime routine that many of us don't think twice about. I'll tell you what it is and how it may be harming you.
God damn it, Mimi.
What? I want to know now. Okay,
Right. We'll get to that next. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back to some front page news. Now, last night in some quick sports, Asia Wilson and the Aces beat the Mercury last night, 90-88.
Big Asia, 34 points, 13 rebounds, I think it was. Game-winning shot at the end. Always bet on South Carolina, okay? Okay?
That's right.
Let me tell you something. Asia Wilson is the greatest WNBA player on the planet. Definitely in the conversation for greatest WNBA player of all time.
I agree. And tonight also the Giants will be beating the Eagles at 8:15 on Thursday Night Football. They play on Amazon Prime Video, so the Giants are gonna be walking away with a win. What's up, Mimi?
Why are you lying to people?
What? That's what I think.
That's just not gonna happen. Like,
I love it.
and the Eagles lost last week too. The Eagles gonna come out there and bust the Giants' ass.
Maybe not.
Maybe yes.
No.
We shall see. All right. Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How you doing, Mimi?
Good morning. Good morning. So we start this hour with former FBI Director James Comey now facing federal charges that are raising big concerns about power politics and the justice system. Now, Comey, he pled not guilty yesterday in a Virginia courtroom to 2 counts of 1, lying to Congress and obstructing a congressional investigation. He said little during the brief hearing while his attorney asked for a jury trial. Now, the timeline behind the charges is drawing scrutiny this morning. Lawmakers, they pressed Attorney General Pam Bondi about it earlier this week on Tuesday, and here's how she responded.
How about the Truth Social post on September 20th, 2025, in which the president said, "We can't delay any longer, Pam," using your name, "not bringing criminal charges are killing our reputation," his words, "and credibility," and then goes on to tell you to prosecute James Comey. Do you consider that a directive to the Justice Department?
Senator Klobuchar, President Trump is the most transparent president in American history, and I don't think he said anything that he hasn't said for years.
Yeah. So she went on to just basically not answer any of her questions when it comes to James Comey, New York Attorney General Letitia James, or Adam Schiff, which Trump was calling for their prosecution. So prosecutors say that Comey misled Congress about whether he allowed others to leak the FBI information to the media. That is an accusation that he denies. And critics, they argue that this is just another example of Trump using his powers to target his opponents. Now, the case is being led by Lindsay Halligan, one of Trump's former personal attorneys, now heading the U.S. Attorney's Office in Virginia. That's a move legal experts are calling highly unusual given her lack of experience. Now, Comey's trial is set for January 5th, and his defense team plans to challenge both the charges and Halligan's appointment. So we'll continue to watch that.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how that case plays out. Because if that case plays out and, James Comey gets prosecuted, Donald Trump going to definitely push, to get more of his political opponents locked the hell up. in charge.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And so after more than 4 months on the run, the last fugitive from that New Orleans jailbreak has been caught more than 450 miles away in Atlanta. Do y'all remember this?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Remember it, man. I every week salute to my, I don't even know if she want me to say her name because she's a very respectable human being out here, but salute to her because every other day we'd be like, Derek's still free. We text each other, say Derek's still free. It was a sad day yesterday seeing Derek get locked up, man.
But I wonder how they caught him. Like, what gave him away? That's what I've been really
I'm about to tell you, right?
Okay.
Well, as much as they know anyway, officials say that 34-year-old Derek Rose was arrested yesterday. We just talked about that after a tense standoff with police at a home in Southwest Atlanta. Now, the U.S. Marshals, Envy, they say they tracked him down thanks to a Crime Stopper tip. So someone told, basically.
Yeah, that is crazy. They said that they had a hunch for like a month. That he was standing near them. That is so crazy. Y'all see that kiss that he blew?
Yeah, the way Derek blew that kiss, I'm like, damn, I'm surprised he wanted to be out. He blew that kiss like he wanted to be around a bunch of mans.
No, he did not blow a kiss like that. That was probably a woman recording. Shut up.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, of course, he's one of the 10 inmates who escaped that New Orleans Justice Center back in May. That breakout, of course, it made national headlines with investigators talking about how they yanked open that faulty cell door, ripped off a toilet off the wall, and crawled through a hole to freedom. Now, he had been behind bars, they said, for second-degree murder and attempted murder charges at the time of his escape.
Damn.
Now, since everybody has been caught. So all 10, they were caught from Louisiana to Texas. And during the investigation, more than a dozen people were also arrested for allegedly helping them, including Grove's girlfriend, who investigators say, coordinated the calls and messages. And even a maintenance worker at the jail was charged after investigators said he shut off the water to make it easier for the inmates to remove the toilet to get out.
Man, they had to tell, niggas had to tell, like, no, y'all mans help us do this. They had to tell, ain't no way, I didn't know that.
That's gonna be a great movie, and I ain't talking Tubi either, Jess. That's gonna be a great movie.
That's a good movie. No, that's gonna be a good movie. Even if it do go to Tubi, yo, stop acting like we ain't on Tubi. Everybody in here is on Tubi.
I don't be understanding why them guys be staying in the country though. Why they don't try to at least get to
think
Mexico?
it's that easy to get a passport and get out?
It's really not easy, right?
I don't know, but at least try. Like, I mean, you just go to Atlanta and do what? Sit in somebody's house? You think you're gonna sit in somebody's house for the rest of your life? My whole thing is if you're just gonna escape from jail, at least have a plan to get the hell on.
They probably didn't even expect to get that far, but I am with you, but I imagine it's not easy trying to go to another country.
No, and then eventually Derek was gonna probably get found anyway because whoever he was living with was gonna get tired of his ass.
Stupid,
You know what I'm saying? You just lay in this house all day playing the video game. It's not like I can go get a job.
I was going to say, bitch, I can't go do nothing else.
You know what I'm saying? You can't even go outside to cut the grass. Neighbors think it's suspicious because he outside cutting grass in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes. How long did he expect to stay out? But 5 months was a long time, though. I'm not going for it.
It was. It was. He probably had some fun in that 5 months, too. But back to the cell you go.
Damn.
Yeah, they got him. So, and all right, switching gears just a little bit. Jess, let's talk about this. Most of us are guilty of this. I'm talking about laying in bed and scrolling on our phones. Do you do that?
I used to. Here lately, no, girl, I ain't been having time to do nothing. But yes, I used to do that.
Okay, well, sleep experts are warning that all that screen time before bed is wrecking your sleep. A new study out this week says that blue light coming from your phone, your tablet, even your TV, it tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. So that means your body doesn't make enough melatonin. That's the hormone that helps you fall asleep. So even when you finally put your phone down, your mind is still spinning, and that's why you wake up tired, even if you had like 8 hours of sleep. So sleep scientists say 1 hour of screen time before bed can throw you off your day by like 30 minutes, and 2 hours can almost cut that in half. So they recommend setting a tech curfew. So try and put the phone down like an hour before bed. Turn your phone into like a night mode or a dark mode to dim that blue light. And swap the scroll for a sound. So listen to a podcast, meditate, some chill music, or if all else fails, do what your mom taught you and read a book.
That's what I do. I read a book. I put my phone goes on Do Not Disturb at 10 o'clock. So like, you know, when the phone tells me that bedtime is soon, which it does at 8:20, I start putting my phone down. And I read a book. I just lay in the bed and talk to my wife. Like last night I was laying in the bed watching the game.
Yeah. No, but that is true, Mimi. I did notice that. I definitely noticed the pattern with that. Like, you're really tired. And then we do so much scrolling. One video don't have nothing to do with the one we watched, and then the other one don't have nothing to do with the last one. And you know what I mean? So your mind is going, and it is absolutely hard to quiet your thoughts and go to sleep if that's the last thing you do before you shut your eyes. So
Absolutely. One video turns into 20, and here you are an hour later, just still
and
up.
you look up and you be like, damn, I got to get up in 2 hours. Girl.
Absolutely. All right, well, that's your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV. For more stories, follow the Black Information Network, download the free iHeartRadio app, or visit binnews.com.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you.
Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?